Alright guys, part 1 of who the fuck did I date 2 years ago for 1 month who actually was a sociopath, and I still don't know what to make of it. A little bit of context, this was my first relationship. Keyword, first relationship, also keyword, I didn't know what the fuck was occurring. And he knew that. So it all starts one fateful night on Tinder, and I don't want to hear all the red flag, oh my god, that was a red flag. The whole story is a goddamn red flag. I didn't know what I was doing once again. First time out here, guys. Anyways, Tinder one fateful night. And I don't know how to describe this, but there's a category that I have for men, and I call them serial matchers. Something about me, I had every dating app, okay? I was on Love Island, but on my phone. I had a crush on everybody. But there were men that I would repeatedly match with, and when I say repeatedly, I mean over 20 times on 10 different apps, like Tinder, Bumble, for God's sakes, Reddit, Kick, Uvu. I had him on everything, but it would never go anywhere. So this guy specifically, I would match with him on Tinder and Bumble, and it would always be late as hell at night. And it would always, like, we were kind of on the same, like, agreement. Like, we would love bomb each other and then, like, bluff on each other the next day. So I match with him. It's, like, 2 a.m, and he immediately starts hot. He's like, oh, my gosh, like, how are you? Beautiful. You're the most gorgeous thing I've ever seen, whatever. And I'm like, all right, here he goes, like, buttering me up. Like, I love this. But I knew his game. So I'm, like, feeding into it. I'm like, oh, my gosh, you look good, too. Like, he's like, yeah, like, tomorrow I want to take you to the movies. I want to take you here. I want to, like, you know, change your life. And I'm like, he's not about it, whatever. I'm just going to feed into it. I feed into it until 4 a.m. I'm bored. It gave me something to do before bed. Fast forward to the next day. I want to say the next day was maybe like a Friday. He proceeds to keep messaging me like on Tinder. He eventually gets my number. And I'm like, okay, like we're still joking around. So our plan from the night before was to meet at like 6 p.m. at a movie theater that was 40 minutes away from me. It was like in the middle of both of us because he's in one city, I'm in another city. It's an hour commute. Me personally, I thought this wasn't going anywhere because the other 18 ones didn't go anywhere. Keyword. So I'm over here playing games. I'm inviting my friends. I'm trying to, you know, make plans. He texts me at 5 o'clock and he says he's 10 minutes away. 10 minutes away. I said 10 minutes to where? Our Skype call, because we've never met before and this is a game. Keep in mind, I'm in bed at this point. So I text him and I'm like, haha, like, you know, we're just joking around, whatever. And he's like, no, like, I'm dead. Like, now I'm 5 minutes away. Like, I'm not kidding. Like, what are you talking about? Like, we're going on a date today. Now, also keep in mind, this is winter break. I'm extremely bored at this point. I'm getting about 4.5 hours at my part-time job at the mall. So what is there to do? My friends were all busy that day. So I was like, wait, because I get in my head and I'm like, what if I'm missing out? Like, what if this guy, because he presented himself as very attractive on Tinder or whatever. I was like, maybe, like, this is my, like, maybe I should meet with him for the plot. I'm very mental. So he calls me. I'm like, oh my gosh, like, I'm on the way. Sorry, like, stuff got in the way. By stuff, I meant my bed and my pillow. I didn't think this was gonna happen. Long story short, I drive to the movie theater. Meet him in the parking lot. He invites me into his car. It's in the back of the parking lot, too. It was a little role play. I felt like I was with a serial killer. Anyways, I get in his car, and we're chatting for, like, I want to say, like, an hour. Just babbling, whatever, like, getting to know, I guess, before the movies. Because the movies are, like, a weird, like, concept. Like, you're going to the movies for the first date. You can't speak in the movie theater. What are you supposed to do besides dry hump? I don't like the situation. So we're an hour into our talk, and he looks at me, and he's like, honestly, like, we should, like, drink right now, like, before the movies. I said, okay, that's very interesting. Keep in mind, you have to understand this is winter break for me, so I can do whatever the F I want. So I was like, okay, like, are we doing, like, happy hour somewhere, this and that? I blink, he pulls out a whole bottle of vodka from his back seat. He was like, no, like, let's just do, like, a couple of shots, like, before going in, this and that. My red flag, I said, you know what, hell yeah. Because you have to understand, caught me off guard, y'all. Caught me off guard. So I take a shot with him, then he's like, let's take another shot. That somehow turned into me taking 8 shots. Like, it was just like I would take a shot and he would, like, ask me for another. This foreshadowing. So it's not to the point I'm drunk as hell. And something about me, when I'm drunk, I'm not trying to watch them. I'm trying to make a movie, right? I'm trying to make a sinister movie. I'm not trying to sit there and watch one. I'm antsy. So he's like, okay, like, you want to go to the movies, whatever. I'm like, oh, like, I'm really whatever. He's like, no, like, we're doing the movies. Like, come on, like, lock in. Like, already got the tickets, kind. So we go into that movie theater. Now I'm seeing double at this point. We didn't even see a 3D movie. The movie was 3D to me. We like sit in the back. It was some weird. Margot Robbie was in it, so that's what I remember. It was very cute. I forget. What is it called? Babylon. Something long. But of course that movie was 5 hours. That was the longest movie I've ever fucking seen. Look up the Showtime. That's actually like one of the longest movies like out there to date. So we're sitting there, whatever, in the movies. I'm drunk at like whatever. I guess he's drunk too. We're both like sitting there, and I can feel like when I'm sitting there, I feel you girls probably know exactly what I'm talking about. Like when you're sitting next to a guy and you feel their snout like turn and look at you, and like if you make eye contact, it's game over. Like they're gonna grab your snout. It's gonna be a movie. So I'm ignoring him. I'm staring at the movie, whatever. I'm ducking everything. He's like, oh my gosh, wait, look over here for a second. I'm like, I'm watching the movie. That turns into my snout being grabbed. A kiss happened in the movie. Besides that, that all occurs, whatever. It was only a kiss. This is not Bop House. I love the Bop House. Keep in mind, do not clown me. I love the Bop House, but I was not doing too much. Okay, I filmed that yesterday, and I realized that half of the rest of the story did not finish filming, so I'm in a whole different outfit. Let's continue. Anyways, love you, Bop House. So he did try to kiss me. I went with it, go with the flow, one of those type of girls, whatever. That turned on to him trying to grab me onto his lap. I said, no, I'm trying to watch Margot Robbie. I'm not trying to make a movie with you right now in front of all my peers in this movie. No. And that was hour 2 into the movie of 5. We had a long time to go. Anyways, the rest of the movie was fine from what I remember. I don't think there was anything memorable. Just a lot of me trying to watch the movie and me feeling his grim look at me. And I was like, please, hold off, after the show. Anyways, so the movie ends. We walk out of the movie and we're talking in the parking lot, role-playing like we're in The Fault in Our Stars for, I think, another 20 minutes. We're just standing by both of our cars. So we're just sitting there talking. And keep in mind, this movie was long. So at this point, it's late, right? The full moon. So it gets to the point that I think, we're both okay, wrap up, see you, whatever. And I go to my car. And the second I get to my car, turn on my car, whatever, get myself together, a little flustered. And I see out the corner of my car, someone dead sprinting towards my car. Who's chasing me? So he runs to the outside of my car and starts knocking on my window. I'm like, okay, hold on. I thought we wrapped up. I'm out of date mode. I'm ready to fight. Roll my window down a little bit. I forget. I literally, for the life of me, I forget what I even left in his car. I left something in his car, but he was hand delivering that to me and proceeded, I rolled my window down. He handed me the item of the night, looked at me, grabbed my face, kissed me, and said, I'll catch you later, and ran back to his car. I felt like I was a star in a corny Netflix original movie. I really don't. It was the catch you later and then the dead sprint back to his car. Also, forgot to mention, he kept saying when we were outside of the movies for that 20-minute talk about how much he liked me and how much he was already feeling my vibe. I don't know if he was feeling the vibe of Tito's or if he was feeling the vibe of the night. I don't know, because he didn't know me at that point. But besides the point. So anyways, I ended up driving home, and that was the end of date 1. Out of a month of hell. So stay tuned for part 2, because part 2 is when shit actually starts to get unwrapped and we actually start seeing what the hell was going on here. So I left off on the corny drunk movie date, red flag scary. Also, I want to preface real quick, that movie date, that was the first date I've ever been on. If you want to call that a date, I call that Alcoholics Anonymous, but besides the point, that was the first date I've ever been on. And also during that date, I told him that I've never been in a relationship before. Anyways, so that happens. I want to say, I think I said a Friday previously, but it couldn't have been a Friday. I think it had to have been a weekday. It was a weekday. So it was Wednesday. Thursday. So keep in mind, I was in college at this point. So the way my college does going out, it'd be Thursdays and Saturdays were the main hoorah, come on, turn up, very funky. So it's a Thursday the next day, and I'm out with the girls, whatever. We're at the pregame, doing a lot. We did a lot. And we were texting on and off that day, just normal, casual conversation, whatever. And that night, that's actually when I get a call from him, because he's with his friend, and he proceeds to tell me that he has a free house for the weekend. So this was a Thursday. Friday to Sunday, he has a free house, and he wants me to stay the weekend with him because he already misses me. And my little dumbass, I said, oh my God, did I leave an impression? No. The Tito's bottle left an impression. I don't know. So I'm like, oh my gosh, yes, oh my gosh, he likes me, y'all, this and that, whatever. So Friday, I woke up and I was hungover. Don't know if I can say that. And I'm like, oh my gosh, what I got myself into, everything's spinning, this and that. He's texting me bright and early in the damn morning, saying all right, pull up. And I'm like, I need to get myself together. 5 o'clock, I leave my house. He lives about an hour away. So I drive all the way down there, whatever. I call him, I'm like, okay, I'm here, all nervous, whatever. He comes out to get me, takes me to his house. Huge house, might I add. I'm not gonna drop the city of where he lives, but it's a pretty rich city. So he walks me to the house, and we're just chatting. Keep in mind, I ate Chick-fil-A before. And I'm like, yeah, like, he's like, oh, are you hungry? I'm like, no, like, I ate Chick-fil-A. He was like, oh, like, I was gonna take you to, like, name drops this really expensive fucking restaurant. Like, when I say expensive, I'm talking, like, $50 for chicken tenders. Keep in mind, I'm 21, he's 22 at the point. Where is this money coming from? Sorry, I was actually 20. Besides the point. So I'm like, oh my gosh, like, you're so sweet. Like, I'm sorry, like, my pleasure. Like, I had to eat some Chick-fil-A. I was hungry, whatever. And he's like, it's fine. Like, do you want, like, a tour of the house? And I'm like, all right, like, MTV House Hunters, let's do it. Starts walking me around the house. His house is huge as hell. Like, I'm talking, like, has a, not a pool, but, like, a huge hot tub, huge balcony. Like, compared to my house, I was like, okay, Mega Millions. So the last stop is the room, his bedroom. So he's like, all right, like, I have a surprise for you, like, whatever. And I'm like, a surprise? The surprise is that I'm here because I don't know who you are. Walk into the bedroom. There proceeds to be a bouquet of roses on the bed. Bouquet of roses, a huge bottle of wine, White Claw Surges. Do you guys know what a White Claw Surge is? It's a White Claw on crack and codeine. I'm not kidding. Very, very, very strong. I think a White Claw has 4%. White Claw Surges have 8%. 2 of those put me out of commission. Then he had vape pods there and then, like, gum. Like, it was a weird assortment of resources. I don't know, but that was a surprise. And I was just like, oh, like, oh my God. And he was like, yeah, like, I got this all for you, whatever. Like, I spent, like, a good amount of money. And I'm like, oh, like, oh my, I'm awkward with that stuff. Anyway, so that night we're hanging out, whatever. And he's like, oh, like, let's drink, like, the White Claw Surges. Keep in mind, I just met this man, even though we got drunk at the movies. But I'm like, I want to be mindful. White Claw Surges get me in a situation I've never been in before. So we're sitting there and he's like, okay, like, well, like, let's open, like, the wine. Like, let's just, like, hang out, whatever, like, get to know each other. So, like, we're drinking the wine. I blink, me and him finished that entire bottle. And then he's like, okay, like, let's do the White Claw Surges now. And I'm like, like, I don't, and he's like, no, like, we gotta do them. Like, I got this whole pack, like, we gotta finish it. Oh, okay. So we both drank, like, 2 of them. And I'm already, like, from the bottle of wine, I'm already, and to describe him real quick, like, I'm a tall individual. I hate it. I feel like Bigfoot, but I'm 6'2". This man is 6'4", borderline 6'5". So once again, even though I'm tall, I don't have a high tolerance. He definitely had a way higher tolerance than me. So I'm over here stumbling. He's laughing. Anyways, so before we started drinking, he actually asked me, he was like, oh, like, my friend wants to come over. Like, can my friend come over? And I basically told him, I was like, well, like, can we just, like, chill for a little bit? Like, blah, blah, blah. Because keep in mind, I just met you. Like, why am I already meeting your friends 2 days in? Do you guys get what I'm saying? And he was like, no, it's fine, whatever. And then the rest of the night, he kept bringing it up. Like, he was like, oh, like, really wish, like, blank was here. Blank was here. Blank was here. Okay, then make blank come here. So I finally was just like, okay, like, blank can come. Like, it's not my house. Like, they can come. I just find it kind of, you know, very quick. So he ends up picking up blank. Yeah, after drinking all of that, he picked up blank and then brought blank back to the house. I don't even know how he got blank to and from because his mind was blank. But yeah, he brings blank in. Blank was actually cool as hell. No shade on her. And the entire time that she's there, he's trying to do PDA with me, which I'm not a very sexual person in general. But, like, especially in front of people, this is not a movie. But he's trying to 50 Shades and Grey it with me, like, in front of her. Like, he's trying to, like, touch me, pick me up, and I'm just like, all right, like, cool it, cool it, cool it. And he kept doing it. Common theme with him. He ends up, like, picking me up at one point. I'm like, is this the Titanic? Like, I'm not understanding. Like, what are you? So that's all I can really remember about that night. Like, it wasn't that eventful. But it kind of sets the scene. Then we, like, woke up. I forget what we did the whole next day, but it starts a scene of I would go to his house for weekends. And that's normally what the situation would be. Like, I would come up, it would be a violently drunk, and then, like, the next day would be, like, hungover, and then the next day after that would be drunk. It would be, all right, this is all the recap. Part 3 is where it's really gonna, like, pick up, and you're gonna be in a little thriller sci-fi movie because wait on it. These parts now are going to be a little bit of jumbled because it's kind of going to jump back and forth between I don't know chronological order. I know near the end the chronological order, but keep in mind this was 2 years ago, but it still haunts me to this day. So as I said in part 2, this started becoming a trend because he lived an hour away. He would never drive to me. It would always be me driving to him. And what the situation would be I would drive up on the weekend and I would stay the weekend at his house, the House of Horrors. So I want to say this is weekend 2 actually. Like, I think I'm on the right timeline. He invites me again up for a weekend and I'm like, okay, like, sure. So keep in mind, this man lives with his parents, okay? The first weekend, his parents were away. They were on a cruise, allegedly. I don't know the sitch. I just know I had a free house and it was a lot of drinks pouring, okay? But this weekend, his parents were home. But he was like, no, like, come, like, I want you to meet them. Week 2. So I drive up, but I'm a little, like, uneasy. Like, I'm like, keep in mind, this is my first relationship. I'm not even dating him at this point, but this is the first time I've, like, really gone on dates and like really been hanging out with a man like this. So I'm like, is this how it's supposed to go? Like, do I meet the grandparents week 3? Like, how does this go? So I drive up there and I already expressed to him too. I was like, I'm kind of scared to like meet your parents. Like, I don't know. I just feel like this is like an early type of thing to do. Cause it's not like I'm like your friend. Like, you keep talking about like you want a relationship. So like, this is kind of whatever. And he's like, no, it's fine. Like, they're very chill. Like, they're very easygoing. I'm like, I guess. So I pull up to his house and I text him. I'm like, I'm here, whatever. To which he texted me back. He was like, okay, so you have to drive my mom to my neighbor's house because she's going to a party there. So that's what we're going to go do. I said, are you serious right now? Like, prank wars? Like, you already know I didn't really want to do too much, whatever. He said, no, like, it's fine. I said, actually, no, I look up, him and his mom are walking outside. The Brady Bunch. She gets in my passenger seat. He gets in my back seat. And not too much shit on the mom. She was nice. She was just like, oh, like, hi, like, I'm blah, blah, blah. Like, nice to meet you. I'm Blank's parent. And I'm like, hi, like, where am I going? Because I just drove an hour here and now I'm driving you to a party, but whatever. I'll drop her off at this party. We go back to his house and the same shit starts to ensue. Like, I was like, okay, like, where are we, like, what are we doing? Like, were we, like, going to dinner or, like, what? And he was like, oh, no, like, I thought we could, like, hang out here and, like, drink a little bit. And this is totally my fault, too, but I'm just, like, okay. Like, I was very, like, go with the flow. I was new at this. I didn't know what was occurring. So, same shit happens. We start, and it was never just, like, an easy amount. Like, it was copious. I mean, my liver probably still hasn't recovered. And while we're like, he keeps trying to get me to go to this family party. I just dropped the mom off at the neighborhood family party. And I'm like, I really don't want to go. Like, I'm just going to be transparent with you because this is all a lot for me. And he was getting pissed off. Like, he was like, why? Like, you don't want to like meet like the whole neighborhood and like my extended family. And I'm like, I mean, after week 2, I didn't even want to meet your mom, to be frank. I really didn't. And he's finally just like, fine, like, whatever. And at this point, he's like pulling out like bottles, like you would have thought we were pre-gaming for the biggest club in Ibiza. Like, it was whiskey, tequila, like everything was a mixture. Just going in, shot. I'm like, okay, I guess this is cool, whatever. Next thing you know, I'm blacked out. Next thing you know, I look, the door opens, mom and dad walk in. Now, slight, not backstory, but a little slight like commentary. He expressed heavily how he didn't like his dad. He like hated his dad. Keep in mind, his mom and his dad were still together, but he hated his dad. I don't think he liked his mom either, from what I remember. He hated everyone. Yeah, he lived with them. I don't really know the situation. Besides the point, door busts open, parents are there, and they're drunk too. So now it's a 4-way drunk type of situation. Me, him, his dad, and his mom, all in the living room. I'm like, oh my gosh, hi, like, nice to meet you. Like, I'm blah, blah, blah. Because I didn't really speak that much to the mom. I never even met the dad. Next thing you know, I blink. Him and the dad are arguing really, really bad. Like, going at it. Not, but like almost. Like, really, really arguing. The mom's in a frenzy. I'm talking to her. I was in a Netflix original. Next thing you know, I wake up in the morning. And the only memory I have is his mom crying to me. And me consoling her. I think I started crying too because I was drunk. So we were both crying and hugging each other. And he wasn't there anymore. This was 7 in the morning. He was gone. And I was just in his room in the pitch black. And I was like, what now? So I open my phone and I see a text from him at 4 in the morning. And it's a paragraph is loose, a Bible verse. Talking about how sorry he was from last night. And that he really, really likes me. And like, basically, like, me and his mom are gonna go do a spa day. I said, what the hell? Like, and that he had work, so he had to go, but I'm just gonna have a family day with his parents, and, like, that's gonna be fine. Safe to say, I read 4 sentences out of that 85-sentence paragraph, and I grabbed my shit, and I left. I got in my car, and I drove home. And I went all the way home, and I went to sleep, and then woke up 2 hours later to him calling me. Talking about where are you? Like, my mom's looking for you. This is not Dora the Explorer, my love. what the hell are you talking about? So I nicely explained to him, I don't remember anything from last night. He proceeds to tell me that him and his dad got into an argument, and then his mom started crying, and then like me and his mom started crying, and then his mom felt so bad about the incident that she wants to like take me shopping. I don't know. That honestly stressed me completely out. So I was just like, okay, like, I'm sorry. Like, I can't do shopping with your mom today. I gotta focus on myself. I gotta focus on my mom now. Like, I'm at home now. Like, how about I go shopping with my mom, my biological, because I'm stressed. This is a lot. I barely know you guys. And I basically tell him too, I was like, well, maybe, because this was now weekend 2 at his house. And I was like, well, maybe like, I don't come next weekend. Like, maybe we like take a moment. Like, this is moving really fast. To that, which he got really pissed off. And he was like, so you're never going to see my parents again? I said, never said that. This is just a lot going on. And then, as he usually did, he gaslit the shit out of me and said, like, they're nothing but nice to you. Like, blah, 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 blah. Like, just come back next weekend. Like, it will be fine. I said, okay. So I want to say this was weekend 3, but now the more I think about it, I don't even think it was a weekend. I think it was that week. Like, that whole incident from last part, I think happened on a Saturday morning or a Sunday morning. I think this takes place that following Wednesday. So keep in mind the incident happened, and then for 2 or 3 days straight, he's begging me to come back up. Like, he's like, just come over. Like, I miss you. Like, it's fine with my parents. Like, come on. Like, please, please, please. I'll make you dinner. I'll spoil you. I'll show you the world. And I'm just like, this is a lot. I guess I will. I'm stressed. So I go back up. I don't really remember what happened during the day that much, but more times in the dinner time. I think I went up at like 12. And dinner time was when shit started to spice up. So it's dinner time at this point, and his parents are home, whatever. I talked to them a little bit. Good vibes, sunshine, red hearts. Another thing to note, his dad would try to talk to me the most. Like, was being the most, like, he was, I don't even want to say friendly, but he was. Like, he was, like, very, like, talkative, like, was asking me questions, whatever. And if I would talk back to him, the guy I was seeing would get pissed off at me because he didn't like his dad, and I wasn't supposed to talk to his dad too, yet I'm in his dad's house. So that was adorable. Anyways, so his mom ends up making dinner for us. He doesn't even make it. False promises, but that's not the first time he did that. And the food was good, whatever, but we're like eating dinner. At this point, it's like 6 o'clock, and the guy, blank, keeps saying, he's like, oh, like, come on, like, let's drink some, like, White Claw Surges, like, while we're, like, eating, like, borderline a Four Loko. And I'm like, no, like, I'm good. Like, I just want to eat. And he's pushing it. Like, he's like, come on, like, why? Like, why? Actually, after the 8th time, his mom actually got involved and was like, can you stop trying to pressure him to drink? Like, he doesn't want to drink. To which Blank gets irritated. And he's like, I'm not pressuring him, like, this and that. Also, that dinner, he pissed me off really bad because he was trying to do PDA with me in front of his parents. Like, I'm telling you, like, I'm trying to eat the lasagna, and he's, like, grabbing my butt and trying to move me in to kiss him in front of his mom and dad, which I rejected his advances like 4 times, and which he got pissed off at me and was like, oh, I like do you not like me? Like, what's the issue? The issue is that your biological mother is cooking lasagna and garlic bread right there, talking to me about college, and you're trying to make out with me and dry hump me in the middle of the kitchen. Besides the point, we end up getting through dinner. I'm already getting done with him at this point. Like, I'm like, he's really, like, pushing it with me, whatever. We go down to the basement, which was where his room was. Well, he had a room upstairs, but he also slept in the basement, too. It was a funky situation. Anyways, but we go into the basement, and he's like, yeah, like, come on, like, I really want to drink. Like, it's so nice outside. Like, we can, like, get in the hot tub, whatever. And I was like, I could do, like, a hot tub moment. Like, sure, whatever. So we start drinking. My problem, my issue too, but I was just like, sure, like, it's nice out, like, I'll drink a little bit with you, whatever. So we're drinking, and we're in the hot tub, and that's when we're just talking, whatever, and he proceeds to tell me that he loves me. It's week 3. He tells me that he loves me, and I say okay to that. And that didn't go over well. He was like, he started off, and he was like, I really gotta tell you something, like, it's been weighing on me, this and that, but, like, I love you. And I was like, and he even said in it, he was like, if you don't mean it back, I understand, whatever. And I was like, okay, like, thanks for telling me. That pissed him off. He was like, so you, like, don't? And I was like, no. And he was like, okay, like, I'm expecting that, whatever. To which the rest of the night, he kept telling me that he loved me. Then he kept feeding me more drinks, more and more and more, to the point I was blacked out, to which he kind of got me to say I love you back to him, which I didn't mean it at all. I didn't know who this man was, to which I woke up in the morning and didn't remember that, and he said good morning, like I love you so much, like rolled over in bed, and I was like, oh, okay. Keep in mind, we're not dating at this point. I've known him for 3 weeks. Now, granted, like I said, guys, I would stay at his house for 2 to 3 days on end. So that was just night one. Day 2, his parents go away somewhere again. So we have the free house again. I remember this one because I didn't eat the whole day. Something about me, I love food. I need to eat. Morning, lunch times 4, and dinner. I need like 18 meals. So we like wake up and he's like, oh, like I really want to take you to like this nice dinner tonight. Like it's like I'm gonna order a lot of food, like this and that. Like, come on. That day turned into a day from hell because something I didn't mention, but he also on the side, I don't know how to say this without getting banned. Something with grass. If you know, you know. Hopefully that helps. But he did something with grass and moving patches of grass. So he ended up losing a large bag of mulch, and he had a meltdown. This was 12 p.m. Like we woke up around like 11, and around 12 you realized that he couldn't find it, to which the whole day actually he just was pacing around. Like I'm telling you, this man looked around the house for 9 hours. And I'm like, keep in mind, I'm still new. Like I've been at his house a bunch, but I don't feel that comfortable yet, so I'm just not gonna go through his pantry or whatever. And I'm like, I let him look for like 6 hours, and then I'm like, okay, like, are we still going to dinner, whatever? And he's like, I really need to find this though. I really need to find that. To which he looks until 9 p.m. and then he eventually finds it. It was in plain sight. I really don't know. Like, it was just like, it was in a spot in the living room behind, like, I don't even know. But it was in plain sight, and then he just starts laughing. After I told him like 8 times like how hungry I was, and I actually was on the verge of passing out because I did not eat anything that entire day. It was 9 p.m. at this point. To which then he took me to dinner. And keep in mind, before this, he took me to dinner twice, I want to say. So we get to dinner. It's a sushi restaurant. Love this story. But we get to the sushi restaurant, and he proceeds to order, I want to say around 8 sushi rolls. And they're not cheap at all. Not cheap at all. I want to say like you get an octopus, tentacles, anything that's expensive on the menu he's ordering. Now, granted, be who you are. And also I want to say for the press, the 2 times that we went out to eat before this, he paid, which I'm very appreciative of. But we went to this sushi place. Like, it's the sushi place we went to like 3 times. So the other 2 times we went to the sushi place. The 2 times that he paid, all I got was 1 California roll. I'm still thankful for him paying, but you have to understand a California roll is $6 in this economy. He orders the whole menu, this and that. We're chatting, whatever. I finally get to eat. And then the bill comes, and he just look at me, and he's like, okay, so I paid the last 2 times, so you're gonna pay for this one. And I said, oh. All I got there once again was 1 California roll. Please let me that menu. Bill, I want to say, was $100. No exaggeration, it was $100. You have to understand I was barely working at this point too. Yeah, because I was working 2 hours a week part-time. I had to pay $100 for his seafood boil tentacle creation, and I had California roll. It's fine. We get back to his house. Same shit ensues. He's trying to force on alcohol on me. I'm like, I really don't want to. Like, just one night. Like, we're good, whatever. And then he's like, don't make me drink alone. Like, he's like the ma girl. And I'm like, oh my gosh. So I end up drinking with him again. And I think that's the night that he actually asked me to date him. And I was blacked out, and I told him yes. Get ready for part 4.